instincts in here. Oh, we're doing division. That's why. Dead monkeys smell bad. Remember, dead monkeys smell bad. All right, we're going to talk about division. We're going to start with something simple. How about 4 divided into 8? All right, first you divide. How many times does 4 fit inside of 8? Well, it goes in there twice. Now we're going to multiply down. 2 times 4 is 8. We multiplied. Now we're ready to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. We don't need to bring down because we're done. 2 is our final answer. Now let's take a look at something a little harder. Okay, 5 divided into 145. First we're going to start with dividing. Can 5 go into 1? No. Can 5 go into 14? Yes. How many times can it fit without going over? Well, 5 times 3 is 15, and that's too big. So we have to go 2. 5 times 2. What is 5 times 2? Well, 2 times 5 is 10. We just multiplied down. Now we're going to subtract. 14 minus 10 is 4. Now we can bring down. I bring down the 5. Now I start over again, and I divide. 5 goes into 45, so now when I divide, I need to be sure that I am dividing here. I divide down there at that number. So 5 goes into 45 how many times? Well, it goes in 9 times evenly. Because 9 times 5 is 45. Now I can subtract, and I get 0. Right. Okay, so the answer is 29. I'm going to rewrite this problem without all the lines. 5 goes into 145. 5 cannot go into 1. 5 can go into 14. It goes in 2 times without going over. So I write the 2 directly above the 4 because that's the last number that we went into. We aren't using this 5 yet. 2 times 5 is 10. I multiplied down. That's the second step. 2 times 5 is 10. Now I subtract, and I get 4. Now I bring down, and I have 45. Now I ask myself, how many times can 5 go into 45? Well, it goes in 9 times. I write it over the 5. This is the number I brought down. That's the number I'm going to write it over. 9 times 5 is 45, and I subtract and get 0. Okay? All right, let's take a look at another one. 5 divided into 4,505. Can 5 go into 4? No. Can it go into 45? Yeah. How many times? 9. 9 times 5 is 45. And we subtract. Sorry, I skipped through that fast. So 5 goes into 45. That was dividing. We went 9 times. Then we multiplied down. 9 times 5 is 45. Now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. I'm not done because I have zeros here, because there's still numbers up here. So now I bring down the next one. But it's 0. Am I done? No, I still have numbers over here. And I have to write something over this 0 right here. I can't just leave that blank. So how many times does 5 go into 0? Right, 0. Now I have to multiply down. 0 times 5 is 0. And I subtract and get 0. Now I'm ready to bring down my last number. 5 goes into 5 how many times? Once. And now I multiply down. 1 times 5 is 5. I subtract, and I get 0. I'm out of numbers over here, and I'm done. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Okay, 8 into 3,042. Can 8 go into 3? No, so I need to take it into 30. How many times does it go into 30 without going over? Well, 8 times 4 is 32, so we'll back down 1. 8 times 3 is 24. So we're going to say 8 goes into 30 3 times, that's dividing. Now we're going to multiply. 3 times 8 is 24. Now we're going to subtract. I can't subtract 4 from 0. I have to borrow. I'm going to borrow from the 3 and make it a 2. And I'm going to carry a 10 over here and make that 10 minus 4, which is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. Now I'm ready to divide again. I got to bring down. Thank you. Bring down. Now, 8. Can it go into 64? Yes, it can. Okay. How many times? Well, I know 8 times 8 is 64. So 8 goes into 64 8 times. Now remember, I'm writing the 8 over the number I brought down. So right here. Now I'm going to multiply. 8 times 8 is 64. And then I subtract, and I get 0, but I'm not done. I still have another number to bring down. 2. How many times does 8 go into 2? It doesn't. It goes in 0 times because 2 is too small. And it's okay to put 0 right here. 0 times 8 is 0. Now I have 2 left over. And with basic division, we're going to just call it a remainder. I'm going to say I have a remainder of 2. So my answer is going to be 380 with a remainder of 2.